Plaka Milos. Top things to do and visit. Welcome to TravelScout channel. We will take you to the beautiful Plaka town of Milos for today's video. We will be going to explore the capital town of Milos, Plaka village, and discover the best places to visit, things to do, what to eat, and everything that makes your stay here memorable. But before we start, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more future updates here on the TravelScout channel. Plaka is a quiet Cycladic village with about 800 inhabitants set on a volcanic hillside. All white and with narrow intricate streets lined with small staircases, whitewashed houses with blue doors, souvenir shops, and cafes and restaurants. It is easy to feel the smell of freshly baked bread from some bakery or a typical Greek dessert. If you overlook from an escarpment, you will discover a fantastic view like all the typical Greek villages perched here and there. But you will feel more interested in this place if you learn its story. Though its modern version was founded in the 19th century, Plaka's history dates far back to antiquity. According to Thucydides, in the 13th century BC, Plaka was devastated by the invasions of the Dorians 700 years before the Athenian conquest. Plaka, along with the rest of Milos, took part in the Persian Wars and was later part of the Athenian Empire. It was razed to the ground by Athenians when Milos chose to ally with the Spartans. After that, the Romans took control, and then the Byzantine Empire. When Milos was conquered by the Venetians in the 13th century AD, they fortified Plaka with a castle. The castle was built by fortifying the village, taking advantage of its position on the side of the hill. In fact, it was already made to deter pirates. Houses were built close together with meandering narrow streets meant to create confusion among the invaders, and also to disorient them enough for the locals to deal with them. The remains of the castle still stand today. Plaka was refounded many times since invading forces often destroyed it. Even though its latest founding date is 1800, taking up the title of Milos capital, it is actually the oldest and most enduring town of Milos. So, what are the amazing things travelers should see and do in the town of Milos during their stay? Basically, one of the attractions of Plaka is Plaka itself. Because it was built to fend off pirates, its streets are too narrow for anything bigger than a moped or a bike, making Plaka great for strolling and exploration. Because it is sprawled over a tall hillside, Plaka is full of gorgeous views of the entire island of Milos. Wander around its various parts and discover your favorite. While you do, enjoy the ambience and the aromas wafting from bakeries and other shops, adding to the sense of a close-knit community all around you. Plaka is more touristy than other Cycladic islands or even other towns and villages in Milos, so you will get a feeling of authenticity. It is pretty tiny in size, so the exploration isn't going to tire you out. But don't get me wrong, as there are other unique places like Plaka Castle which you should visit. Because it bore the testament of medieval Greek ingenuity, Plaka Castle is situated at the island's highest point and is a feature attraction in Plaka Milos. The fortified wall is now crumbled ruins, but you may still witness the breadth and grandness of the castle by exploring its foundations. Climb the hill from the center of Plaka village, up past the quaint white church, and explore the grounds of the Milos Castle free of charge. Visiting the Plaka Castle is a highlight of the town and among the list of best things to do in Plaka Milos. Among the best places to visit in Plaka Milos, you must consider visiting the Church of Panagia Kofiatissa. Due to its location at the center of Plaka Milos, with breathtaking views of the Azure Aegean waters, the Church of Panagia Kofiatissa is one of the top Plaka Milos things to do and the most visited. If you've looked up Plaka images on the internet, this church is bound to be at the top of your search page. Built in 1820 with abandoned materials from the old fortified town of Castro, the church is solely dedicated in the worship of the Virgin Mary. Make sure to take a peek inside, it's the only church you can enter in Plaka by the way, and check out the many treasures such as wooden epitaphs and 18th century clothing. If you have your camera with you, you must take pictures of the whitewashed church with elegant Cycladic decorations that will take up space on your camera roll. And if you want to know more about the history of Milos and the Greek people who inhabited the island, then visiting the Archaeological Museum of Milos Plaka is a must. It is located in the Plaka Milos town square. The Archaeological Museum of Milos features a beautiful neoclassical exterior and houses exhibits from the late Neolithic to the Byzantine period. The collection includes Cycladic art, findings from Philocope on Milos, Bronze Age artifacts, and many more. But during your visit to numerous places, you may feel hungry or craving to drink hot tea to relieve some thirst or fatigue from your journey. So, don't forget to sip coffee at the quirky Farsi's Cafe. Right across the street from the Archaeological Museum of Milos is the quirky and incredibly colorful Farsi's Cafe. The cafe extends out onto the courtyard right in front of the museum and can be known to have a musician or two playing out front. Sit out in the courtyard on a nice day on one of their eclectic tables, order a coffee, and watch the people of Plaka do their business. You can request a few Greek items off their traditional menu to curb your hunger. After some rest in cafe, you may do some shopping, and I assure you that Plaka shops won't disappoint you. Because, as the art capital of Milos, Plaka enjoys many artsy shops to explore. These Plaka shops range from locally made accessories to ceramics to clothing. Whatever your heart desires, you can find it in Plaka. Most shop offerings also make great gifts for your loved ones back home. Some top shops in Plaka Milos include Ceramica Kaimb Workshop, Playa Seco Clothing Store, and Gaia Accessories Store. So, what do you think of our video? Please comment down below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more future updates here on the TravelScout channel. Thank you for watching.